So, welcome to my 80s, and today I feel like I'm very humbled, like Winnie the Pooh. I'm a humbled bear with very little brain. And you've been watching me make mistakes and do things. This has been a lesson of what not to do. So these things you've already learned. Don't do these. Read the directions. Get your 60 grams instead of your 48. And yesterday, then, when I discovered I was supposed to throw most of the stuff away, that really threw me. But I'm on track, I think, today. And I'll show you what I'm going to do, I think. And I've ordered more flour. Actually, I was hoping it would be here by now, but it isn't. But I'm going to go on like it's going to come any minute. Okay. First of all, well, let me tell you, I'm a little bit dyslexic. My daughter is a psychologist. She says that term really isn't relevant today. But anyway, I think I'm one, whether it is or not. I can remember the first time that I went to camp away from home, and us little girls that were there were encouraged to write a little note home to our parents. Well, where we were, the ladybugs had come in and they were just swarming all over. So I wrote my little card, and I left out some words that really were important, and then some words I couldn't spell right. So what I wrote my folks was, "The ladies are swearing here." And that's what my folks got. They wondered, should we go get her? Should we just wait? And when I got home, I was able to translate and tell them they were ladybugs and they were swarming all over. So they weren't the ladies that were swearing. Okay, now on with what we're going to do. I've been reading the book, and it's when you get to the 6th day, and that's where I am, to the 6th day. I started this actually, you're seeing it in different sequence, or different days, but I started on the 13th. Today is the 19th, and that won't mean anything, but because you're seeing it on different days, but it's right. Okay, the way you will refresh your starter from day 6 forward, and this is what I was reading yesterday and didn't understand, because it said you will do this forever, and I wondered what they were talking about forever when it went back a different way, but it isn't. So what they want me to do today is save 2 teaspoons or 10 grams out of this, and then the 2 teaspoons, I'll add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of warm water, and then 60 grams of the all-purpose flour, or if you're using the whole grain, it'll be 48 grams. But I'm using the all-purpose. I decided to stick with that, and when I say all-purpose, I'm talking about EINKORN flour. There's no other kind of flour in this whole thing but EINKORN. It's an ancient grain. If you don't know anything about it, look it up, read about it. It's an ancient grain. It does have gluten in it. In fact, it has more gluten in it, I think, than some of the other flours. But people that are gluten-free a lot of them can eat it and have no problems. And the nice thing about this, when she wrote this book, her daughter was gluten-free, and her daughter can eat this. But if she gets regular wheat, it causes her a lot of problems, and she's sick. If she ingests, that little girl, or she's probably not a little girl anymore, but if she eats the regular wheat within an hour or less, she's sick. But she can eat this. It's ancient. We haven't messed with it. We haven't turned it into something else. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and you're going to see sort of how I get around throwing it away. So what I'm going to do, and I think I'll do it with a wooden spoon, I don't know why, and a spatula. So, okay, I got to get it out of the crock, and I have to wash the crock up. And I'm going to put it in this little bowl. Here I am, very carefully, not using a metal spoon and putting it in a metal bowl. I wonder if I should, you know what? I got another bowl. We'll use another bowl. There. It's a cute little bowl. I really love this little bowl. Okay. So we're going to put this down in here. Oh my. I think we're putting it down in here. Oh. Wow. Oh, is it sticky? And it still has, I don't know if it smells like yogurt or not, but it has a sourdough smell. Oh, wow. You know, no, I don't want to. I was going to add the water in there, but I don't want to do that yet. Because I've got to wash this thing. And I've got to get my two... Oh. Oh my goodness. And by now, see, we have all the right amount of flour in it, and we have all the right amount of water in it. Okay, I'm going with a metal. For some reason, I can get this to work better than the spatula. Maybe if I had a better spatula. But I can almost get it all out with this. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to wash this up now. There's a little bit more that I don't think I can get out. Hey, and what does it matter if I have to discard most of it, huh? Only you'll see I'm not really, I'm going to work around it. Oh, and there was, okay. No, there's still, okay. There, I'm going to wash it out now. Oh boy. Well, I said the other day it might be 103 this weekend. Now they're saying 106. So we'll have to watch our chickens to make sure they've got nice cool water. The nice part it is, though, it won't be days and days of that. Okay, I think, no, there's a little bit of this in the bottom. If I had two of these, I wouldn't have to stop and wash it each time. And I probably could have used something a lot smaller. And these are some of the things, watching me, you can decide, hey, I can do that better. And so this is a learning experience, and sometimes you teach others by your mistakes. Okay, now I'm going to tear it out. Okay, and I've got it on ounces now. I want to get it back to grams. Okay, now it says to put in, boy, this is going to be tricky, put in 10 grams of this. What is 10 grams? Oops, I hit the side of the bowl. Oh, that's over 10 grams. Yeah, I got 22 grams in here. Well, if you wanted to make 5 to 6 loaves of bread a week, you would put 20 grams in. But I don't want to make that because that's too much for Tom and I. And it will mainly be Tom, because I'm still not sure. Okay, we're down to 16. So be careful what you put in. Okay, I'm down to 12. Okay. Okay, it says 11. You know what? No, it says 12. But I took some out. No, it says 11. I'm going to leave it at that. It doesn't look, it hardly looks like there's anything in there. And you know, now I've made another mistake, because what I want to do with what is left over, I'm going to make a sponge out of it. And I'm going to put it in this bread bowl. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do this. But I want to get back in here. I've got my 2 teaspoons. Now I want my 2 okay. I want my 2 tablespoons of warm water, which is 30 grams. Okay. Hey, I did it! 30 grams, first thing. And it's warm. Okay, it's in there. And then I want my 60 grams of flour. Well, now I am going to use that little metal bowl. So, we're going to go 60 grams, tear it off. I want to grab my little spoon. Okay, it says 59. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this. It says 60. Okay, that's going to go down into here. Now I have to find something clean. I'm going to wash this off, because if I put it in, it's going to add to the grams of the other. You know, I can't believe that that small amount is going to do anything, but it says it will. And if it doesn't, I'll let you know, so you don't have to make that mistake. It's sort of fun. And again, I'm supposed to mix this up and put it in my hands and form that little ball. And that's where we started the first day. We're back to the first day, almost. I mean, oh. Okay, I'm going to get down in there and work it with my hands. It's not, okay. Oh, and remember that first day, because I put in the wrong amount of flour, it was so sticky I couldn't do anything. And now I have this nice little ball. And it's such a nice little ball, see? Oh yeah. Smells like sourdough. Okay. Okay, roll it between your hands until all the flour is absorbed. Okay. Now we store, and it says this time we're going to store it for 6 to 12 hours. So it's almost 4 o'clock. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh dear. Well, I wasn't thinking ahead again, because anyway, I'll see what I do. And I'll probably get up, and because it says 6 to 12, the starter will bubble up and then subside, and then I refrigerate it and keep it covered. And you want to keep it covered with something to keep it dark, or it oxidizes the flour. Okay, and then I keep doing this until, to bake bread, you will remove a small piece of the starter to mix a sourdough leaven the night before baking. Some recipes will also call for kneading the dough straight from the starter. Okay, at this point, it says, and I'm not, okay, I did read this before I did this. Someplace it'll say here, you'll just, I don't know where I read it now. But you, once a month, you'll feed the thing when it really gets going. And I would suggest get the book and try to follow the directions of the book, not me. Okay, now I've got that in there. I'm going to cover it up and keep it dark. And there it goes. And it's set over there. This is day 6, and I'll keep doing that until it's really thriving and can really raise. Okay, when your starter bubbles up within 6 to 10 hours of refreshing, you're ready to bake bread. When you're baking bread and the dough is rising nicely in 3 to 5 hours as recommended in the recipe. Oh, this is where I read that. You can refrigerate your starter and refresh it 1 time per week. You will not discard starter anymore, but rather use your starter to bake bread until it runs low, then refresh it to replenish your supply. And then she's given 2 different recipes, the one for the 3 loaves of bread a week, or the one for the 5 to 6 loaves a week. Okay, now what I have left, and I am going to put some water in here so it works better. And I think I'm going to put up to 8 ounces. That's a cup. That's what I want. Oh, a cup. Okay. Oh, wait just a minute. That's different. How many grams do I want? Wait just a minute. Grams and ounces are completely 2 different animals. And, okay, 1 cup would be 120 grams. So let's go for 120 grams. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't break. It's okay. Okay, I'm a little over. 120. Okay, I'm going to put this in here because I think I'll be able to get it out of this bowl better. And I want to put it in my bread bowl. Because I'm going to add some yeast to it. I'm going to add some flour to it. It's just going to be a sponge. I'm going to make bread out of it. I'm not going to just throw it out completely. And we'll see what I have. Tomorrow you'll know, because I'm going to let it set until the wee hours of the morning. Bakers get up at, I think, 4 o'clock or something. Oh, I'm going to tell you something. I'm old enough to know what a bread box is. Do you guys know what a bread box is? You're thinking maybe some little box on your counter that says bread or something decorative. But a bread box was a big, big box. It was usually, well, I can remember the ones on the front of the store, and old men lots of times would sit on it like a bench, and it had a lock on it, and in the morning, whoever was selling that store bread had a key for that. They delivered the bread early in the morning before the store was awake, and they would put the fresh baked bread in those boxes and lock them back up. When the storekeeper came, he unlocked it, got his bread out, took it into the store. Those were bread boxes. And usually, whatever brand of bread they were buying, those boxes were painted up to match the bread wrapper. And I can remember those. Okay. Let me know if you can remember. That'd be sort of fun. Sort of like ice boxes. Wow, things have certainly changed, haven't they? Life is much faster now. Okay, now, I have that in there. I'm going to get, I meant to get my yeast out before, but no problem. Okay, and I'm not going to weigh it out this time. I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon. And no, that's a teaspoon. I want to try a half a teaspoon and see what I really get. Okay, what is a half a teaspoon? That's a fourth a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. Okay, now I know I used to make it, took about 18 hours of rising for it to make. And I think at that time I was using a fourth a teaspoon, but we're using a half this time. Okay, now I want to add, it's quite soupy, just soupy in there. And I'm going to add, okay, the recipe that I'm going to make takes 5 cups of the all-purpose EINKORN flour. So, and that's 600 grams. I think what I'll do, I'm going to try a third of it and see what happens. And well, and I may not even have that much flour left. So that would be 200. I'm not sure I will. I think I'll put in what I have. That's what I'll put in. Well, it's almost 200. Now, I'll tell you what. I'm going to write that down so I know where I'm at. Since I'm inventing this recipe sort of off the top here. Okay. So I put in 188 grams, and I'd like 600 grams. So that's what I need to put that in. But this is going to make my sponge. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to let it rise. And when I get more flour, I'll put more flour in. And I'll probably put, actually, I might put in a little more water, because I'll tell you why. On this recipe that they're using, I think it had, wait just a minute, wherever it was, I've gone past evidently. Okay, wait. It takes 315 grams. Okay, and I put in 120. I better write that down. Okay. Okay, so I need to add a little more water and a little more flour, and I don't have any salt in it. You know, I'm going to put the salt in now. I wish I'd just put it in with the water, but I'm going to stir it in, and I am going to use, wait just a minute, I think a half a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to put in 1 teaspoon. Okay, and what I have in here is a 1/4 teaspoon measure, so I'm going to have to do it 4 times. Okay, there it is. And it's in there. And I'm going to let it rise. And I'm going to try to show you what I've got here. Okay, see, I've got this, I might even bring the camera over. It's quite sticky, but it's a nice round ball. And einkorn flour, you don't do a lot of kneading with it. And so I think that's what I'll do. I'll wash my hands, and I really enjoy having you come and comment and just be a part of this. Thank you. That's another humbling thing, that you would even watch this old lady make all these mistakes. Okay, I'll bring you over. I'll show you what I've done. And by the way, this is not Morton salt. It's just a cute can that I keep my salt in. It's a mixture of real salt and pink Himalayan. So, okay. I think I'm just going to try to leave it on the stick and just show you what I have in the bowl and how sticky. There.